Let's talk about confidence. We all want it, right? But what if I told you that most of what we call confidence is actually pretty fragile? Today, we are going deep. We're going to look at the anatomy of a truly unshakable confidence, how to build it, piece by piece, and the dangerous shadow that it can cast. We've all been there. You know the feeling. You're feeling good, things are going your way, you're on top of the world. And then, boom, one thing goes wrong. One rejection, one mistake, and it all just crumbles. That's vague confidence for you. It's built on a feeling, a mood, not on a solid foundation. So, of course, it shatters.
And this is the game changer, right here. The fix for vague confidence isn't just trying to feel more confident. It's about building structured confidence. It's a system, an engine, something you can rely on, day in and day out, no matter how you're feeling. That's what makes it unbreakable.
So, here's the first big mindset shift we have to make. Stop thinking of confidence as some magical trait you're either born with or you're not. It's not an emotion you have to somehow pump yourself up into feeling. No, confidence is a skill. It's about knowing what to do. It's about knowing how to move. And this right here, this is the technical term for what we're aiming for, self-efficacy. And just look at how precise that definition is. It's not a fuzzy, I think I can. It's a rock-solid conviction that in this specific situation, you know the exact moves to make to get through it. It's all about action, not just attitude. Okay, so how do we actually build this skill? How do we get there? Well, one way to think about it is as a system with 26 switches of light. Each one is a specific action or a mindset you can consciously flip on to start building that structure. Now, we're not going to go through all 26 today, that would be a whole other thing, but let's just look at a few examples so you get the idea. Past mastery, that's simple, it's just remembering, hey, I've done hard things before. Vicarious experience is watching someone else do it and realizing, okay, it's possible. Social persuasion is that boost you get when someone you trust tells you, you've got this. And then there's divine whisper, call it intuition, a gut feeling, that sense of higher guidance. Each one is a different tool you can use to light things up. All right? But here's where we have to take a pretty serious turn, because every source of light casts a shadow. And the stronger you build that light of self-efficacy, the more success you have, the bigger and the darker that shadow becomes. This chart just lays it out so perfectly. It shows you the difference in mindset. When you're in the light, when you're grounded in that real self-efficacy, chaos, unexpected problems, it's just a fascinating puzzle to figure out. But when you slip into the shadow, that exact same chaos feels like a personal attack. It becomes this hostile enemy that you have to fight. The problem didn't change. You did. This is the warning label on success. Seriously, this is the trap that catches so many brilliant, talented, successful people. It's where your greatest strength starts to become your most critical weakness. And that shadow, it's got a name. Pride. But we're not just talking about being a little arrogant here. No, in this system, pride is a technical problem. It's a systemic failure. Think of it like a circuit breaker tripping. The connection to feedback, to other people, to humility, it just breaks. Your divine backup, that intuition, it goes silent. And you start rejecting any help because you think you know better. That's the beginning of the end. So if success always creates this dangerous shadow, what are we supposed to do? Run away from success? No, of course not. The goal isn't to get rid of the shadow. You can't. The real goal, the path to mastery, is to integrate it, to manage it. And that means you have to learn to hold a really powerful paradox in your mind. This brings us to this incredible ideal, the humble overachiever. Just think about this. This is someone who sets goals that are higher and more ambitious than anybody else. They go after those goals more boldly than anyone else. And yet, at the exact same time, they kneel deeper than anyone else. They stay profoundly humble, open, and connected. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? True long-term mastery isn't just about talent or skill. It's about your capacity to hold those two opposites, that massive, bold ambition and that deep, quiet humility and perfect balance, all at the same time. Okay, that was deep, but I want to make this super practical. How do you actually start? How do you begin building this kind of confidence without getting overwhelmed or, immediately falling into that pride trap? Let's break it down into 3 simple first steps. First things first, secure your foundation. We're talking about your health, your time, your energy. Forget about ambition for a second. You can't climb a mountain if your tank is empty. Second, you've got to hack the mundane stuff in your life. Turn boring chores into little experiments in project management. Use your commute to have a real dialogue with yourself or your faith. Find the hidden training ground in the repetition of daily life. And number three, and this one is so crucial, start small and give yourself permission to be clumsy. It's okay to be awkward when you're starting something new. Set a super low bar for taking a real action and just focus on stacking up those tiny little wins. Look, at the end of the day, this whole system is about doing, not just thinking. It's not about waiting to feel confident. It's about building it, one action at a time. So that really just leaves one question. After everything we've talked about, from simply getting more sleep to finding a tiny win, which single switch are you going to flip today?